What if you woke up tomorrow and had a new name, a new history, and a new face, but you knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that you were still you? What is that you that remains? Where does it live? For thousands of years, philosophers and mystics have grappled with this impossible question. The ancient Greek Stoics believed that you are like a chariot driver. You don't control the horses, but you can choose where they are going. But what if science has now discovered that the reins aren't even connected to your hands? This is the unsettling reality revealed by neuroscience. In one of the most famous experiments, neuroscientist Benjamin Libet hooked volunteers up to an EEG machine and asked them to move their hand whenever they felt like it. The results were simple, direct, and terrifying. The brain's signal to move their hand appeared a full half-second before the person consciously decided to do so. In other words, their brain had already made the decision, and their conscious mind was simply along for the ride. This wasn't a one-off anomaly. The scientific community was so rattled by the findings that they developed new experiments, only to find the same uncomfortable truth. Your brain begins preparing a thought or an action long before you ever decided to have it. Every choice you feel you've made, from what to eat for lunch to the person you fell in love with, may have already been set in motion by a silent, invisible force beneath the surface of your awareness. It gets even stranger. Studies on subliminal priming show that a single word or image flashed on a screen for less than a tenth of a second, too fast for you to even be aware of it, can influence your next choice. The chariot is moving, but a part of you that you don't even know, a part you cannot see, is already in the driver's seat. The brain's hidden power extends beyond mere choice. It can even manipulate the very biology of our bodies. This is proven by the placebo effect. In countless medical studies, patients are given a fake pill or treatment with no active ingredients. But the patients are led to believe that the treatment is real and effective, and yet, their condition measurably improves. Patients with chronic pain feel relief, those with depression report a lift in mood, and some even experience a reversal of their symptoms. Their conscious minds are unaware of the deception, but the mere belief in the pill's power triggers a hidden command center in the brain, releasing real chemicals and hormones that physically heal the body. This is a profound and uncomfortable truth. It shows that your conscious will has no direct power, but your subconscious beliefs, your deep-seated expectations about the world, have the power to alter your physical reality. It's a miracle of the mind and a terrifying glimpse into its hidden capabilities. So if consciousness isn't the driver, who or what is? This is the question that has haunted philosophers and psychologists for centuries. And the answers they've found are just as unsettling as the question itself. In the early 20th century, Sigmund Freud proposed that beneath the surface of our awareness lies a dark, chaotic basement. He called it the subconscious mind. According to Freud, it's a place of hidden desires, forgotten memories, and raw instincts that influence everything we think and do. It's a silent puppet master pulling the strings of our thoughts, making our conscious mind believe it's in control, when in reality, it's simply a well-lit stage where the subconscious mind performs its deepest, most hidden dramas. But if Freud saw the mind as a personal basement, his protege Carl Jung saw it as a grand, ancient library. He believed that our minds are connected to a collective unconscious, a universal library of human experience shared by all of humanity across time. This library is filled with powerful, ancient characters he called archetypes: the hero, the sage, the trickster, and the shadow. These are not just ideas. They are deep-seated patterns that shape our beliefs, fears, and desires. When you watch a movie and feel an instant connection to a character, you aren't just identifying with them. A part of your mind is recognizing a story that has been told for thousands of years. The hero's journey, for instance, is an archetype that exists in every culture, from ancient mythology to modern blockbusters. It's a pre-programmed blueprint for adventure that lives in all of us. The mind's power doesn't stop at just our thoughts. It extends into our physical bodies, proving that the architects of the mind are also the architects of our biology. This is the mind-body connection. Scientific research has shown that our thoughts and emotions have a direct and measurable effect on our physical well-being. The The stress you feel from a challenging day isn't just an emotion. It's a physical command that can raise your blood pressure, tighten your muscles, and suppress your immune system. Chronic anxiety can literally manifest as physical pain. This is the ultimate proof of a deeper, hidden force at work. What we experience in our minds can become a tangible, physical reality, showing us that the borders we draw between the mental and the physical are far less defined than we once believed. The human brain, in many ways, operates like a powerful computer with two separate operating systems. The first is System 1. It is fast, intuitive, automatic, and subconscious. It's the part of your mind that recognizes a friend's face instantly or pulls your hand back from a hot stove without you even thinking. It makes thousands of decisions a day without any input from your conscious mind. The second is System 2. It is slow, deliberate, logical, and conscious. It's the part of your mind you use to solve a complex math problem or write a thoughtful email. Psychological research shows that most of our lives, from the route we take to work to the brands we choose, are run by System 1. We believe we are making conscious, logical choices with System 2, when in fact, our quick, intuitive System 1 has already made the decision for us. The illusion of control we feel is simply our slow, rational mind creating a narrative to justify the snap judgments of our quick, subconscious one. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche saw it differently. He believed that this hidden driver wasn't something to be passively observed, but something to be embraced and channeled. His core idea was the will to power, the primal, fundamental drive in all living things to grow, expand, and overcome. Nietzsche would argue that the chaotic forces of the subconscious and the powerful patterns of the collective unconscious are not things to be feared, but raw energy to be harnessed. He called on us to use this power to create our own values and forge our own destiny, insisting that to become who you are, you must first recognize the raw, untamed forces that lie beneath the surface. While Western thought delved into the deep and the hidden, Eastern philosophy offered a profoundly different answer. They saw consciousness not as a driver or a passenger, but as a river. According to Taoism, the human struggle is our constant, futile effort to paddle upstream against a current we can't change. True peace comes not from resisting the flow, but from aligning ourselves with it, from learning to simply be a part of the river. This viewpoint suggests that the illusion of control is the true source of our suffering. We are not meant to drive the car. We are meant to understand its journey. Each of these traditions, Freud's hidden basement, Jung's universal library, Nietzsche's will to power, and the Taoist river, offers a glimpse into the architects of our minds. But they all arrive at the same conclusion. The conscious mind is a small island in a vast, unknowable ocean. So if we are not the driver of the chariot and the reins are not in our hands, what power do we have? The answer is not in fighting for control, but in choosing the destination. The final, empowering truth is this: your consciousness is not a driver, but it is a wise passenger. You cannot stop the subconscious from sending impulses, or prevent the collective unconscious from telling its ancient stories. But you can choose which of those impulses to follow. You can choose which stories to listen to. The Stoics were right. We don't control the horses, but we are absolutely in control of the direction we are headed. This is the art of consciousness. It is the ability to observe the river of your mind without being swept away by it. To understand that the desires, fears, and ideas that arise are not always yours, but are part of a larger, more complex system. And with that understanding comes a profound sense of peace. The enigma of consciousness isn't a flaw to be fixed or a mystery to be solved. It's the very foundation of what makes us human. We are the place where the chaotic subconscious, the vast collective unconscious, and the serene universal flow all meet. And in that meeting, we have the ultimate power to choose. You may not be the one holding the reins, but you are the one who can say yes or no to the journey.